The year is 2011. In Garland, Texas, unease settled over Baylor Regional Medical Center. Whispers turned to hushed conversations about Dr. Christopher Duntsch, a rising star in neurosurgery. He exuded confidence, drawing patients in, but beneath the surface, darkness lurked. A series of botched surgeries and inexplicable complications painted a chilling picture. This was not the work of a healer, but a surgeon whose hubris would unravel, leaving shattered lives. The operating room, a place of hope, became a chamber of horrors under Duntsch's watch. Spinal surgeries meant to alleviate pain resulted in increased agony, paralysis, and death. How could a surgeon inflict such harm? The answer lay in arrogance, delusion, and a blatant disregard for his oath. The story of Christopher Duntsch is a chilling reminder of our vulnerability when we place our trust in another. As we delve into his surgical misadventures, we confront uncomfortable truths about human judgment and systemic failures. Among Duntsch's victims, Kelly Martin's story is particularly heart-wrenching. A vibrant woman, Kelly sought Duntsch's expertise for a routine spinal surgery. She placed her faith in him, unaware she was entrusting her life to a man who would treat her spine with careless abandon. Kelly's surgery, meant to alleviate back pain, went catastrophically wrong. Duntsch's erratic movements and questionable decisions left Kelly in a far worse state. The pain, once localized, now radiated throughout her body, a constant reminder of her ordeal. As weeks passed, Kelly's condition deteriorated, leaving her bedridden and in agony. Her family, heartbroken, could only watch as the life drained from her eyes. Kelly's story is a stark reminder of the profound ripple effects of medical negligence. The question echoed, how could a man sworn to heal inflict so much pain and suffering? To understand Duntsch's depravity, we must delve into his past, tracing the roots of his recklessness. His journey to becoming a surgeon was marked by disturbing behavior and red flags. During his residency, whispers of his erratic behavior and questionable skills circulated. Colleagues noted his inflated ego and belief in his abilities despite evidence to the contrary. Reports emerged of surgeries performed under the influence of drugs and alcohol. Despite mounting concerns, Duntsch evaded serious consequences, protected by a system ill-equipped to address the danger he posed. The medical community failed in its duty to protect patients, allowing Duntsch to continue operating and putting lives at risk. The case of Jerry Summers, Duntsch's childhood friend, stands as a chilling testament to his audacity. Summers trusted Duntsch to perform a complex spinal surgery, a decision that left him permanently disabled. Duntsch's recklessness in the operating room was staggering, with a brazen disregard for protocols. Witnesses described a chaotic scene, with Duntsch detached from the gravity of the situation. Summers emerged from surgery horrifically maimed, suffering severe nerve damage and partial paralysis. The surgery, meant to alleviate pain, condemned him to a life of suffering. Summers' case began to unravel Duntsch's facade of competence. The medical community, once hesitant to act, could no longer ignore the mounting evidence. Concerns were now voiced openly, and the system finally started to react. For many of Duntsch's victims, it was already too late. As Duntsch's reign of terror continued, a storm of outrage gathered outside the hospital. Patients and families, united by grief and anger, demanded justice. The community rallied behind the victims, their cries for accountability growing louder. The Dallas County District Attorney's Office faced mounting pressure from the public and media. The volume of complaints and the horrific nature of the injuries could no longer be ignored. The investigation revealed a pattern of deceit, negligence, and disregard for human life. Witnesses painted a chilling portrait of a man who abandoned medical ethics. The trial of Christopher Duntsch was a landmark case, the first time a surgeon was charged with criminal offenses for actions in the operating room. The families of Duntsch's victims faced the daunting task of picking up the pieces of their shattered lives. For many, the physical and emotional scars ran deep, a constant reminder of their loss. The family of Kelly Martin confronted the unbearable pain of watching her succumb to complications. Philip Mayfield's family struggled with the sudden and senseless loss after a routine procedure. Their grief was compounded by the knowledge that these deaths could have been prevented. The stories of Duntsch's victims are a testament to the enduring power of the human spirit. They channeled their pain into advocacy, working tirelessly to ensure no other family would endure the same nightmare. The Duntsch case forced a reckoning with physician accountability. It exposed systemic weaknesses in handling complaints against physicians, highlighting the need for reform. Significant changes included strengthening medical boards' authority to discipline physicians. Many states enacted laws granting medical boards greater autonomy and legal protection. Improved communication and information sharing between hospitals were also implemented. Mandatory reporting requirements were established to disclose information about problematic physicians. The case led to an increased focus on patient empowerment and advocacy for their own safety. The Duntsch case, while tragic, served as a catalyst for positive change in healthcare. The Duntsch case serves as a stark reminder of the human cost of medical negligence. Behind the medical jargon and legal battles lie deeply personal stories of individuals and families. We must remember patients like Kelly Martin and Philip Mayfield, whose lives were tragically cut short. Their stories are not mere statistics. They are reminders of the real people who suffered immeasurable loss. Families struggled with the emotional and financial burdens of caring for disabled loved ones. The trauma of their experiences left an indelible mark, shaping their lives in profound ways. The pursuit of justice is a moral imperative, holding those in power accountable and preventing such tragedies. The Duntsch case underscores the importance of transparency and accountability in the medical profession. The medical community must prioritize patient safety and address dangerous practitioners. Hospitals and medical boards must create a culture of openness and accountability. This includes clear channels for reporting concerns and robust systems for investigating complaints. Medical schools and residency programs must instill a deep sense of responsibility and ethics in their students. The Duntsch case exposed a system more concerned with protecting its own than safeguarding patients. The pursuit of justice requires constant vigilance and an unwavering commitment to patient safety. The shadow of Dr. Christopher Duntsch looms large, a reminder of unchecked ambition and medical negligence. His case exposed systemic flaws, prompting calls for greater transparency and accountability. While his victims and their families grapple with the aftermath, their fight for justice has left an indelible mark. The Duntsch case serves as a reminder that medical advancement must never come at the expense of patient well-being. The trust between doctor and patient is sacrosanct, built on competence, compassion, and ethical conduct. The story of Christopher Duntsch is a cautionary tale, demanding to be told to honor the victims and learn from past mistakes. As we move forward, let us carry the lessons learned, creating a healthcare system that prioritizes patient safety and transparency. Only then can we truly honor the memory of those who suffered and strive to prevent such tragedies.